We've just navigated some deeply personal and, let's be honest, sometimes really painful and emotionally weighty spaces together today. So, before we move on, let's just take a breath. I'd like to invite you into a quiet space now, just for a few minutes, to gently synthesize what we've been sharing about this eighth principle: forgive.
As we process all these complex emotions, it helps to anchor forgiveness directly in Jesus Christ's healing grace. Because at its core, forgiving is a profound, active choice. It's choosing to let go of our right to vengeance, and instead, handing that heavy burden of final judgment over to Him. It's trusting that His grace is truly sufficient to carry those burdens we simply weren't meant to bear alone.
Sister Kristen M. Yee reminds us that the Savior offers the exact sustenance and help we need when we've been hurt. You might remember the biblical story of Abigail, who stepped in to stop David from carrying this destructive, heavy burden of vengeance. Well, Christ steps in for us in that exact same way. He willingly takes on the crushing weight of our warring hearts.
Elder Ulisses Soares gives us this beautiful counsel that laying down the heavy cross of bitterness and anger is what actually allows the Lord's Spirit to step in. And it's in that precise, often really difficult release that our stony hearts can finally begin to heal. You know, the Savior doesn't ask us to carry that cross forever. He gently invites us to just lay it down at His feet.
Now, to process all of this safely, we have to make a really vital distinction. Forgiveness is fundamentally different from reconciliation. We can offer mercy while still keeping firm, protective boundaries in place. Recognizing that difference is often the key to unlocking true emotional freedom.
This matters so deeply in our everyday lives. Forgiveness is about placing justice entirely in God's hands, whereas reconciliation is about restoring trust and resuming contact. Forgiving someone absolutely does not mean you have to forget the offense, or excuse the harm, or erase accountability. It definitely doesn't mean abandoning your own critical need for safety. You don't even have to feel warm toward the person who hurt you to forgive them.
Elder Jeffrey R. Holland actually validates this perfectly. He teaches that to forgive fully, you do not have to re-enter a toxic relationship or return to an abusive circumstance. We're never expected to subject ourselves to ongoing abuse or betrayal. Safety and mercy aren't opposites. They can and they must coexist. The Lord wants you safe from harm just as much as He wants your heart free of bitterness.
The path of healing is profoundly personal, and it can be very gradual. It unfolds layer by layer over time, and it often coexists with ongoing grief and ambiguity. Please know that delayed forgiveness is never a sign of deficient faith. It's just a reflection of the depth of the wound. Establishing protective boundaries and seeking professional, clinical, legal, or pastoral support, those are all incredibly healthy, faithful steps forward on your journey to peace.
As we bring this to a close, let's take a moment to reflect. Healing through Christ honors our agency. It honors the deep complexity of our adult lives, our need for belonging, and our profound grief. True healing really is a gradual process grounded in the Savior's immense compassion. Let's take these next few moments to quietly integrate this reality into our hearts. Forgiveness is not permission. Mercy can keep boundaries.
Release what is yours to release.
Protect what is yours to protect. Before today ends, write 2 short sentences about one wound. What I can place in God's hands is, and what I still need to protect is. Honor both sentences, and honor both truths today.